Something's following us up here. Somebody's here. There's gotta be somebody here. What the hell was that? Oh my god, dude.
The following footage was uploaded to the YouTube channel Sly Studios in June of 2019. In it, 3 urban explorers named Cody, Braden, and Zach set out to investigate an abandoned property featuring a partially buried underground tunnel system connected to a structure that resembled an old prison or high-security detention facility. As they explored the underground passages, they discovered several large barrels wrapped in caution tape. Some of the containers were badly damaged, leaving them to wonder whether the holes were caused by corrosion or something far more deliberate. Before long, they reached another entrance that had been sealed off with bright yellow caution tape. Unlike everything else around it, the tape looked almost brand new, as though someone had placed it there recently to keep people away. Deciding not to force their way through, they headed back toward the surface, where they noticed a deep vertical shaft descending into darkness. It looked almost like an old punishment cell, the kind of place prisoners were thrown into for solitary confinement. Curious, they stepped closer. That decision would change the entire investigation.
Yo, Jay, come over here.
No, we've already seen that, during the day.
It's like an entrance way over here.
No, it's... Oh, no, I did not see that.
It's... Oh, no, that's strong.
That is foul.
That smells like straight raw.
That is foul.
Oh my god. I can't breathe.
Alright, I'm sorry. We need to get out of there. That was an absolutely horrid smell.
I really can't breathe.
I know rancid smells indicate one thing and one thing only. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that's what it is, but, you know, go watch a horror movie and you'll know what I'm talking about.
That legit smelled like rotten eggs though.
It was, yeah, like,
just
bad. Like, rotting, like, grossness.
It was like a rusty, rotten egg smell.
Oh, God. Yeah, it was like rust mixed with like, rotten,
I didn't
rotten
even get
eggs.
close to that either.
No, I know. I didn't either. I didn't even get to stick my head down there. I saw the caution tape and I was like, whoa. And then I just, like, started dying coughing.
It kind of looks like it was like, used to be like an entranceway to maybe another underground cell.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that was like in their day, like the maximum security holding cells or whatever.
You know what it might have been? It might have been, you ever seen like prison shows or whatever when they say that they're going to throw a prisoner in the hole? Yeah. And it's like, literally the hole with like they fence.
No, yeah, you're right.
And
that
just,
probably
like,
is what it was.
There, and that it has the sun beating on them and stuff.
No, you're right.
That's just punishment.
You're right. All right.
The instant they approached the opening, a suffocating blast of foul air erupted from below. The smell hit like a wall. It was a nauseating combination of rust, chemicals, and rotten eggs that immediately sent all 3 of them stumbling backward, coughing and gasping for air. None of them could tolerate being near the opening for more than a few seconds. Trying to make sense of it, they continued toward the main building. At first, they convinced themselves the odor probably came from something dead. The property sat deep inside the woods, so a decomposing animal didn't seem impossible, but it didn't take long for them to realize this was something far more dangerous. Within minutes, all 3 explorers began suffering severe physical reactions. Their breathing became labored, their chest tightened painfully, and each of them complained that it was becoming harder and harder to catch their breath.
Ooh, hold on.
Hard to breathe.
It is hard to breathe. It's kind of ironic. It says sneeze right there. It's not how you spell it, but you know. Ooh.
Kind of like how I feel.
It's not like a bad smell, but it's like
It's almost like dusty and musty.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie right now. My chest is actually really hurting as we walk in. Right?
Yeah, that's fact. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I actually feel like I'm gonna throw up.
It smells like someone just fresh as magnet, but it's just...
Take the phone. Take the.
You good?
This light. I feel like I'm gonna be sick. Take this light.
Oh. Isn't mirrors the smell carrying out here too?
It is.
It wasn't before.
You good?
Rancid.
Yeah.
Rancid.
By this point, it was becoming painfully obvious that something inside the abandoned complex had contaminated the air. Based on the rotten egg odor they'd repeatedly described, one possible explanation is hydrogen sulfide, a highly toxic gas that can collect in enclosed spaces. At dangerous concentrations, exposure can cause severe respiratory distress, nausea, chest pain, unconsciousness, and in extreme cases, even death. Cody appeared to receive the worst exposure. His chest tightened, he became increasingly nauseated, and his hands began shaking so badly that he was forced to hand the camera to Braden because he could no longer hold it steady. Even Zach and Braden soon began experiencing many of the same symptoms. After spending several minutes outside trying to recover, they made a decision that, looking back, was increasingly risky. Believing the worst had passed, they covered their faces and ventured back inside to continue exploring. Only this time, the danger waiting for them had nothing to do with the air.
Huh?
There's trees in it. Yo, what? Let's go. You kidding me, dude? I knew. Watch out! Watch out! Cody, get the car open. Actual. Do we agree that was not an animal?
No, dude, that was an animal. That was somebody. A person.
I just lost the car. Hold on. Get away from it. Back up out of here. Just out of here. There's caution tape, there's chemical barrels, there's disgusting smells, there's voice. That was the voice. Somebody said shush.
The moment a voice whispered a single word, shush, everything fell apart. Seconds later, footsteps burst from the darkness, sending the three explorers into a full sprint as they fled through the abandoned complex. Whether they had encountered a squatter, someone intentionally hiding inside the property, or something they never managed to identify remains unknown. What mattered was that someone or something appeared to be chasing them. The trio barely made it back to their vehicle, but the escape only made things worse. Braden had already been struggling to breathe after whatever they inhaled inside the tunnels. The panic of running through the darkness pushed his body beyond its limit. His breathing became even more difficult. His hands shook uncontrollably, and he began suffering severe pain across the chest. During the drive home, the pain spread closer to his heart. At that point, Cody and Zach stopped taking chances and rushed him straight to the emergency room.
The nurse just came in. We had to come to the ER for Braden. Actually got in the car and recorded for a little bit. On the way home, he started to get a lot of pain like near his heart. So we had to come to the ER. We've been here for a few hours now. It's the middle of the night. We're like the only ones here. So we'll keep you posted.
According to Cody, doctors eventually diagnosed Braden with a respiratory infection, although they were never able to determine exactly what caused it. Whether his condition was directly related to whatever they encountered inside the abandoned prison complex remains uncertain. However, the symptoms they experienced appear remarkably consistent with exposure to hydrogen sulfide, or another hazardous gas trapped within the underground structure. Thankfully, Braden made a full recovery and suffered no lasting damage. What began as an ordinary urban exploration quickly spiraled into a nightmare involving toxic air, a mysterious voice hidden in the darkness, and a frantic race to the emergency room. Sometimes the greatest danger inside an abandoned building isn't what you can see, it's what you unknowingly breathe. Fortunately, they all made it out alive, but while an invisible threat nearly claimed their lives, the next explorers would come face to face with one that they could actually see. TP Urbex is a channel fully dedicated to urban exploration. In January of 2024, two young explorers uploaded a video from an abandoned high school in Gary, Indiana, William A. Wirt High School, located less than a mile from Lake Michigan. The footage shows a building in terrible condition, but you can still tell it was once impressive. Out of all the rooms, the auditorium stood out the most. Its rows of bright red seats were like a haunting time capsule, a reminder of the school's former life before everything decayed. But as the teens walked through the aisles, something unexpected happened.
Looks like some kids got in here and were throwing some stuff from the balcony area. Oh, hey, what's up, man? You want us to get on out of here? Hey, we'll leave, bro. We'll leave, all right? Cool. Let's go. Just get out of any door. This door right here. You sure? Let's go. Yo, let's go.
Thankfully, he stopped once he made it outside, but the fact that he never said a word, just chased him while gripping a pipe, makes the encounter especially chilling. It's possible the man was a homeless squatter, someone who had been using the school's shelter. From his perspective, two strangers barging into his space might have felt threatening. But from the explorer's side, being chased by a silent man wielding a weapon in a crumbling school is the stuff of nightmares. Thankfully, the silent stranger never followed them beyond the school, but escaping one dangerous encounter didn't guarantee the next explorers would be so lucky. If you're enjoying the video so far, please consider subscribing. Your support genuinely helps the channel grow. And the deeper we go, the more disturbing these encounters become. But for now, let's continue. In September of 2025, a YouTuber known as 2Swag uploaded a video called Exploring the World's Largest Abandoned Mall on his channel 2Swag Productions. In this video, 2Swag and a friend decided to explore an abandoned shopping center known as Forest Fair Mall in Cincinnati, Ohio. The mall had officially closed down in 2022 and was considered one of the largest abandoned malls in the United States. Since its closure, the property had been scheduled for demolition and was frequently patrolled by security. Despite that, the two were determined to explore what was left inside. They started off by circling the perimeter, looking for an open entry point. As they searched, they noticed a red truck parked outside the building. Assuming it was empty, they took their chances and began moving toward the entrance, until something made them stop cold.
Yo, there's security right there. They're parked outside, but they're actually inside. I'm pretty sure there's two of them. There's one right there, and then you can't see the other truck, but it's right there. So, I mean... Security's in his truck. So we're gonna leave for a little bit, and then we're gonna try again. I don't think, is he driving towards us?
No, he's sitting in there, but he definitely saw us, bro. Yeah, now he's driving.
Oh shit, he's coming to us. I don't want to encounter him because then he's gonna know what we look like. All right, if he comes towards us, we're running, bro. He can't see us. He can barely see us. Oh no, he coming. Yes. We gotta get out of here without being seen by him.
Unfortunately for them, that truck wasn't empty. A security guard was sitting inside. The moment he noticed them, the two bolted, sprinting back towards the parking lot as the guard exited the vehicle and began following. They escaped without being caught, but a few hours later, they returned, hoping the coast was finally clear. This time, luck was on their side. They slipped into the mall quietly and began exploring its dark, echoing corridors. For nearly 10 minutes, they crept through the empty structure, carefully filming their surroundings. Everything seemed calm until they reached the ground floor.
Don't go out the main area.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Okay.
Where? How did y'all get in here?
We found an open door.
No, y'all did.
Yeah, we did.
Every door is literally boarded up.
We'll leave.
No. Every door is boarded up. How did y'all get in?
We'll leave.
We'll leave.
As they moved through the lower level, they came face to face with another security guard. Once again, they were forced to run. The guard shouted as they fled through the maze of hallways and broken storefronts before finally slipping out of the building. This second encounter made them rethink their timing. Getting caught twice in the same day was pushing it. They decided to lay low and not risk another confrontation, at least not for a while. But about a month later, they went back one more time, determined to document the entire place before it was gone for good. What they didn't know was that the third visit would be their most intense yet.
Like 5 minutes ago, a cop pulled up on us. So we're just trying to not have that happen again. But once we get into this parking lot, we're chill. Do you see anyone down there? Not that I can see. I'll get a closer look. I don't see anybody.
He's on the lower level of here. That's where the calls is. That's where there's usually a security guard.
And you think you'll see us going up here? It'll take like 5 seconds. Just be as quiet about it. Look, remember last time? We literally walked down there. We were invis to that guy. Back there.
We can try.
Okay, let's go up. Let's try it. That's one security guard we know of. Oh my god. You guys, this is so stressful, you don't even know. This is the furthest we got.
Not long after arriving, they noticed a police cruiser nearby and decided to wait until things quieted down. Once it seemed clear, they made their way inside and began navigating the upper sections of the mall. Down below, a security guard was patrolling the lower level. To avoid being seen, they ducked behind walls and slipped into side rooms, trying to stay out of sight. They could hear distant noises echoing through the building, but at first, they brushed it off as nothing unusual for such a massive, empty space. That changed when they realized they weren't alone.
$125 for each of these. Definitely not worth it. Did somebody go in here? I think that's the door security leaves out of.
They're gonna get caught. That's crazy. What the hell? No, they were being loud as hell. No. Under them. I know. That's what I was trying to tell you. That's why I was saying don't go over it.
I didn't know we were over here.
Yeah. Did you get seen?
I don't think so.
As they turned a corner, they spotted another group of explorers moving through the mall. The other group was loud, talking, laughing, and shining bright flashlights across the hallways. Two Swag and his friends stayed hidden, knowing the noise would attract unwanted attention. For the next 10 minutes, they moved quietly through the opposite side of the building. Everything seemed fine until they reached the upper floor, and that's when they heard something that froze them in place.
It's an animal. There's no way people would do that.
You hear that? You hear people screaming. You hear them talking.
That's scary.
They ducked into a nearby room and listened. The voices grew louder. It was the security team moving closer. The explorers held their breath, trying to stay perfectly still as heavy footsteps echoed just outside the door. For several long minutes, they stayed hidden, debating whether to run or remain quiet. Eventually, they decided to make a move. They stepped out carefully, trying to find a new route to safety. But the moment they did, everything fell apart.
What's happening? I think it's multiple security guards like chatting.
We're leaving. We're leaving.
Hey. Yo, he's full on chasing us, bro. Hey.
Close. We're chill.
Why y'all running? You was in here before, weren't you?
No.
Nah, no.
Yeah, you was.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you was.
We're willing to leave, man. We didn't do nothing.
Nah, you did. You broke in.
I didn't break in.
Yes, you did.
I'll show you the door.
No, you're not showing nothing. You broke in. Yes, you did. I promise you. It's criminal damage if you're in here. Goofy motherfucker. I've been security here for a year. You gotta be slow. Literally, you gotta be slow. Running ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Where do you go? Which way? Which way? That way. Wait. Oh, fuck.
Out of nowhere, security spotted them and immediately gave chase. The explorers ran through the dark halls as the guards shouted after them, closing in fast. The confrontation quickly turned heated. The guard yelled for them to stop, accusing them of breaking in, while they insisted they had only found an open door. In the chaos, they spotted another exit. Acting fast, they darted through it and managed to trap the guard inside a nearby room long enough to escape. Against all odds, they managed to escape without being caught. But sometimes, the most dangerous encounters aren't the ones that end with a chase. They're the ones where no one has to run at all. In February of 2024, a German urban explorer named Felix, creator of the channel Adventure Buddy, posted a video from the latest trip through Italy, a once luxury hotel hidden among the mountains, left to decay sometime in the mid-2000s. Felix knew the building had become a haven for squatters and the homeless over the years, but curiosity overruled caution. He and two friends decided to explore it anyway. When they stepped inside, they were surprised. Despite decades of neglect, the hotel was still in remarkably good shape. There was no heavy vandalism, no smashed windows, no graffiti. It looked less like a ruin and more like a place that had simply been forgotten. As they moved deeper, they found remnants of luxury everywhere: an indoor pool, a massage parlor, a sauna tucked behind glass doors. For nearly 10 minutes, the exploration went smoothly. Each hallway was silent, each room stood empty. Nothing suggested they weren't alone. Eventually, they made their way to the upper floors, checking room after room. But just as they approached a narrow hallway near the corner of the building, that's when everything changed.
Ich habe so das Gefühl, dass das Ding pleite gegangen ist. In manchen Zimmern hast du hier so Aufkleber, wie so Insolvenzaufkleber. Zumindest kenne ich das. Oh, mein Gott, der Wind fegt hier auch durch. Zumindest kenne ich das aus Deutschland so. Was natürlich heißen würde, dass hier wahrscheinlich nicht mehr allzu viel Inventar zurückgelassen wurde, wenn es wahrscheinlich dann irgendwie alles veräußert wurde. Naja, hier sind wir auf jeden Fall. Was? Okay. Unschwer zu erkennen. Jetzt sind wir hier aber auf der Etage mit den Hotelzimmern und hier steht doch tatsächlich noch was drin. Da hätte ich jetzt nicht mit gerechnet. Betten, Schränke, also es war alles so Einbauschränke. Es riecht so, ne? Du? Es riecht so, ne? Als wäre hier irgendwie noch jemand.
A sudden sound came from the room ahead of them, a quick shuffle, like someone moving just out of sight. Felix froze. The others stopped behind him. Unsure where the sound came from, Felix backed out of the hallway and stepped into a nearby room. Empty bottles littered the floor. The air smelled sour, stale, lived in. A moment later, one of his friends whispered that he had found garbage bags and more empty bottles in another room. Now it was clear, someone was in the hotel with them, and that someone might not want company.
Ist auch, da hat definitiv wer gelebt.
Ja, auch wenn man sich mal diesen Stuhlkreis da anguckt, der da auf dem...
Entweder ist das hier so eine kleine Partyhöhle oder eine Crackhöhle, wie man das immer so kennt, so. Weil da hinten, ist Haufen Bierflaschen, da haben Leute geschlafen, da sind Müllsäcke aufgehangen, sogar gegrillt wurde da anscheinend.
So riecht's hier auch, finde ich.
Ja.
Hier, finde ich, riecht's verkohlt. Oh. Ist da was hinter? Sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh.
Everything alright?
Mach mal die Kamera weg. English? Can you please? Okay. Okay. Sorry, just taking photos, okay? Okay, thank you. Ciao. Oh, mein Herz. Mein Herz, das habe ich ja noch nie erlebt.
They slowly approached the room where they had heard the noise. But before they could knock, the door swung open. A man stood there wild-eyed, confused, and clearly intoxicated. He stared at them unblinking, and the explorers instantly apologized, trying to defuse the situation. After a tense moment, the man muttered something, then slammed the door shut. The explorers backed away immediately. They later explained that the man's pupils were severely dilated, and on the table behind him, they saw unmistakable signs of hard drug use. He wasn't just squatting, he was unpredictable and possibly dangerous. Shaken, they left the hallway at once. Their exploration was over. Rooms and architecture no longer mattered, only the exit. They moved quickly but quietly toward the stairwell, aware that accidental encounters like this can turn violent. It's not ghosts that most explorers fear. It's the people who sometimes live in these forgotten places. Thankfully, the man never followed them. Within minutes, they were outside breathing fresh air again, and hotel fading behind them in the silence. Felix later said that although the encounter was brief, it was one of the most unsettling moments he had ever captured. They were lucky that the man hadn't reacted with hostility, because in abandoned places like this, one wrong step can lead to a confrontation you may not walk away from. Fortunately, the intoxicated man stayed inside his room, allowing the explorers to leave without incident. But in the next investigation, it wasn't a lone squatter waiting for them. It was people whose job was to keep everyone out. The following footage was uploaded to Sergei Agnev and documents an exploration of an abandoned bunker that he and several friends believed had long been forgotten. Located in the outskirts of a city, the massive underground complex certainly looked abandoned. Its concrete walls were covered in graffiti. Many of the entrances had been damaged over the years, and evidence of countless previous visitors could be found throughout the property. From the outside, there was little reason to believe anyone still had any interest in the bunker.
Сейчас мы находимся при спуске в заброшенный бункер. Здесь, как мы видим, все изрисовано в граффити. Здесь тусовались все, кому не лень. По пентаграммам и сектанты, и просто школьники, и анархисты, непонятно кто. Все, кому не лень, сюда приходили. Сейчас мы идем вниз. Будем спускаться. Что там, как дверь есть?
Так стрёмно капает капелька, блин.
Ух. Короче, здесь были гермодвери. Сейчас убрали их отсюда целиком.
Да, вот следы от двери.
Вот, они, походу, здесь стояли, их срезали, вывезли на металл. Это убежище настолько размародерили, что здесь можно встретить кого угодно. Здесь все обитают, кому не лень. Находится он почти в самом центре города. Я скажу, что могут вызвать полицию. Будем стараться очень осторожно и тихо здесь гулять. И в случае чего будем эвакуироваться.
Inside, the explorers found long concrete corridors lined with rusting pipes, stripped blast doors, and signs that scavengers had removed anything of value years earlier. But as they ventured deeper underground, they began noticing details that didn't quite fit. Some sections of piping appeared surprisingly new, and parts of the bunker looked as though they had received recent maintenance. Strange symbols and messages covered portions of the walls, adding to the unsettling atmosphere. Then, without warning, their exploration came to an abrupt halt. They encountered security guards.
Здесь сквозной проход, видимо, на улицу. Ведет, да.
Вот. А тут свет светится. А я вам не дал.
Здравствуйте.
А?
А вы охраняете?
А ты кто такой?
И я очень был удивлен встретить охрану на таком объекте. Однако меня это не смутило, и я решил пообщаться. Ведь ничего плохого мы не сделали. Но что из этого диалога вышло, смотрите сами. Да, мы блогеры, просто снимаем видео. В бункере заброшенном. Мы в бункере снимаем видео.
А что вы тут делаете?
Видео снимаем просто в заброшенном бункере, блогеры.
Иди сюда.
Здесь не заброшенный бункер.
Так, подождите.
Здесь строй.
Сейчас
Давайте
не
друг
долго.
другу.
Нет,
Я
нет,
понимаю,
нет,
давайте
нет,
без рук.
нет,
Я свои
нет.
права знаю в первую очередь.
Слышь, пошли,
Леша.
мне похуй.
Так, уберите руку.
Вы кто
и
такой?
разговаривайте по-человечески.
Вы кто такой?
так.
Я видеоблогер. Веду YouTube канал.
Где не
С
звони?
этим. Я
Вы
вас
зашли на
поздравляю
заброшенную
с этим.
территорию.
Мы охранники. Видишь?
Это не заброшенная
Нет, не
территория,
вопрос.
это охраняемая
Давайте
территория.
по-человечески
Ты
общаться.
зашел на час.
Мне не звони.
Это подожди. Я щас-
По-человечески
подожди.
умеете разговаривать?
Да, выключи.
Нет, я не выключу камеру.
Выключи.
Откуда я знаю, что у вас на уме?
А?
Откуда я знаю, что у вас на уме?
А я откуда знаю, что у тебя
А зачем ты зашел?
Леша,
вот
значит так,
видеокамера.
держи его, я
Я
попробую
по-человечески
вызывать.
прошел к вам
Держи
пообщаться.
его,
А
держи
зачем ты
его.
залез? Я услышал,
Держи.
кто-то кричит.
Всё.
Давай, звони, езжай.
Нет, звоните куда хотите, мы свои права знаем.
Кто-то
И
еще
то, что
тут?
мы нарушили, знаем тоже.
Кто-то еще тут?
Да, есть там наверное.
Зови его. Наташ, кто-то еще человек.
У нас все записано на
Давай.
камеру.
Да мне плохо.
Наши умыслы.
Мне похуй.
Как мы сюда попали.
Как
вы
попали?
среагировали.
Как попали?
Как вы начали хватать.
Как попали? Мне похуй. Я
Вот.
тут охранник.
Дыра в заборе у вас там.
И чё?
Просто зашли в
Я
открытый
услышал. Я услышал.
Ну,
Я
так вы же
услышал.
умеете по-человечески общаться?
Да, я
Я
охранник.
тоже человек, я
Вон
понимаю
по
вас.
видеокамерам все снимают, что ты тут лазишь. По
Понятное
подвалу.
дело, то, что вы
Зачем
сюда
ты залез?
попали. Мы увидели заброшенную
Зачем?
территорию. мы
Какая
попали.
заброшенная территория?
Мы обошли вокруг. мы
Какая
охрану
заброшенная
здесь не нашли.
территория? Видишь, тут стройка идет. Тут охранники сидят.
Откуда я могу знать, что здесь
Тебе
идет
лицензию
стройка?
показать?
Покажите лицензию.
Куда ты пиздишь, ебать? Видишь, что стройка? Видишь, что
Давайте
закрыто?
по-человечески. я тоже
Замки
могу
стоят на заборах.
Где замки? Мы
Вон
зашли,
замки
мы зашли
на
в дыру.
заборе.
Мы через дверь зашли или что?
Да мне похуй, как вы зашли. Сейчас менты будут разбираться. Давай, второго зови.
Слушай, ну если ты такой дерзкий, давай сейчас пообщаемся.
Пообщаемся.
Давай сейчас пообщаемся.
Давай.
Я твое лицо снял,
Да мне похуй, я тоже буду снимать.
популярный будешь охранник. По-человечески общаешься.
Давай, зови, куда ты идешь? Сюда.
В смысле, блядь, сам сказал зови, я иду звать.
Сюда стоять.
Еще
Зови
тебе
так.
еще стоять, блядь, иди нахуй. Стоять тебе, блядь.
Стоять.
Although the conversation took place in another language, the situation quickly became easy to understand. The guards insisted the bunker was not abandoned and repeatedly demanded that the cameras be turned off. One of the men became increasingly aggressive, shouting profanities and confronting Sergei face to face. The argument grew so heated that it looked as though a physical fight might break out at any moment. Sergei tried explaining that they were only documenting the location and had no intention of damaging the property. It didn't matter. The group realized they needed to leave immediately. What had begun as another routine urban exploration suddenly turned into a desperate attempt to escape the underground maze.
Корректно ли я поступил в данной ситуации? Думаю, да. Но судить, конечно же, вам. От него дико разило алкоголем, и несмотря на неадекватный разговор, я старался быть максимально спокойным. Этот пропитый этиловый вурдалак сам не понимал, что хочет, поэтому, послав его в самые лучшие места этой планеты, я побежал эвакуироваться. Козел.
As they fled through the bunker's dark corridors, the situation became even more chaotic. During the escape, Sergei dropped some of his equipment and attempted to retrieve it, only to become tangled near a section of barbed wire. His clothing was torn in the process, forcing him to remain hidden while one of his friends managed to escape ahead of him. For several tense moments, he stayed out of sight, waiting for the opportunity to continue his escape without drawing any more attention. Fortunately, both explorers eventually made it safely out of the bunker. No one was injured, and despite the confrontation, no arrests were made. Still, the experience served as a reminder that abandoned places aren't always dangerous because of collapsing buildings or whatever might be lurking in the darkness. Sometimes the greatest danger is discovering the place was never abandoned at all. And if security guards were protecting this forgotten bunker so aggressively, what exactly were they protecting? Although Sergei made it out safely and knew exactly who he had encountered that day, the next explorers would leave with far more questions than answers. In September of 2019, a YouTuber named Brennan uploaded a chilling video to his channel, Uncharted Travels. For this particular investigation, Brennan teamed up with two other explorers, Dan Bell and Jaden. Together they planned to explore an abandoned facility known as the Gundry Sanitarium, located in Baltimore, Maryland. Built in 1880, the Gundry Sanitarium was one of the first private mental health institutions in the state. In its early years, the facility specialized in treating nervous disorders in women. But as the understanding of mental health slowly evolved, the sanitarium eventually expanded its services to include children suffering from severe psychiatric conditions. For decades, the hospital played a role in caring for patients who had few other options. But over time, the institution struggled to keep up with changing medical standards and the modernization of mental health care. By the early 2000s, the facility was permanently shut down. Since then, the building has sat abandoned. Urban explorers and paranormal investigators have long claimed the sanitarium is haunted. Many report hearing unexplained sounds echoing through the empty halls. Others describe sudden cold spots or the unsettling feeling that someone is watching them. Despite these stories, Brennan and his friends decided to investigate the building themselves in the middle of the night. What made the trip even more unsettling was the fact that Dan had already explored the sanitarium years earlier, and during that visit, he experienced something deeply disturbing. Even after hearing about Dan's unsettling experience, the group decided to return to the Gundry Sanitarium to see for themselves whether anything truly strange was happening inside. But the moment they stepped through the entrance, it became clear the building had deteriorated badly over the years. The walls were crumbling, parts of the ceiling had collapsed, and debris was scattered across nearly every room. As they carefully moved through the darkened halls, they stumbled upon something disturbing. Inside one of the rooms lay the decaying carcass of a cat. The explorers assumed the animal must have wandered inside and somehow became trapped in the abandoned building. Though unsettling, they didn't dwell on it and continued their investigation. For a while, everything seemed relatively normal. The group moved from room to room, documenting what remained of the old asylum. But that calm wouldn't last long. Not long after, the explorers began hearing strange noises echoing somewhere in the building. And that's when the night started to take a very unsettling turn.
Is Brennan in there?
Yeah.
And where? I'm right here. I just saw. Hello? Is somebody in here? What, did you just see someone, Dan? Hey, we're cool. We're just taking pictures. For what? They're upstairs. There's somebody walking upstairs. Are you sure you saw something? Yeah. That's not a room. Do they have a light with them or something?
After hearing the noises, the group began to suspect they weren't alone inside the building. Their first thought was that it might be a squatter or someone living in the abandoned asylum. Not wanting to startle anyone, they loudly announced who they were and explained that they were simply explorers filming the location, but no one answered. Curious and slightly uneasy, they entered the room where the sounds had come from. Yet when they looked around, there was no one there. At that point, the group decided to set up several pieces of ghost hunting equipment throughout the building. Even though they were skeptical about paranormal activity, the sanitarium's haunted reputation combined with Dan's earlier experience there made them curious enough to test it. Once the equipment was in place, they continued their exploration and made their way upstairs. While searching the upper level, something strange happened. One of the doors slowly opened on its own. At first, they dismissed it. Old buildings often shift, and they assumed the movement was caused by a draft of air pressure inside the decaying structure. So they continued exploring, but only moments later, the explorers began hearing the strange noises again.
Okay, I'm gonna finish with this wing though first. Look at the tile. I think this was a bathroom for this floor. Oh, this is that wonky stairwell that we saw. See how it just like wraps around? Oh, this looks modern compared to the rest of the place.
Yeah.
Oh, that's creepy.
I've never been in this part. Oh my god.
There's like dolls, yeah.
There's a room full of toilets. I'm upstairs.
Oh, do you hear that? It sounds like one of the toilets is going off.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh no, it's a timer. What the? Did you wind up this timer? What the hell? Did you wind up the thing for the jacuzzi?
There's a jacuzzi?
This thing was going off right here. This was, well no, because this was wound up and it was making a noise like that. You hear that?
Yeah, no.
That was some...
I don't know, I didn't wind that up though.
When Brandon went to investigate the noise, he quickly realized it was coming from a timer that had somehow been wound up and activated. The strange part was, when he had first entered the room, the timer had not been running. Now it's ticking loudly. That meant someone had physically turned it on. The discovery immediately raised a disturbing possibility. Either someone else was inside the building with them, or something had moved through the room while they weren't looking. Unnerved by the situation, the group didn't stay in the room for long. Instead, they decided to head back downstairs and continue searching the rest of the building. But as they explored further, they would soon encounter something that completely changed the tone of the entire investigation.
You said you found another dead cat?
Yeah. They put a flower with it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Damn, that's messed
Is
up.
somebody killing cats and just...
I don't think so.
Because how else would it have gotten up here, that door? It wouldn't have been able to move the door. Wait, was the door closed? Yeah, it wouldn't have been able to move this door.
Oh yeah. That's the only way into this section?
Yeah. Are there any open windows or... Nothing that a cat... It's all boarded up. I've been through this whole section. This door... No! No. The door just opened by itself. No.
Which one?
That door just opened by itself. That door just opened by itself. Calm down.
There's no one in here.
It opened by itself, Dan. I'm standing right there and it opened. It opened up and there's no wind up there. Like, I swear to God.
Alright. Let's chill out.
I'll go first next time. Hello? I'm coming to hang out. Oh yeah, the door's wide open.
Yeah, it opened and it doesn't close. That door doesn't move. It has to be pushed. Like, try to close it.
After witnessing the door suddenly swing open, Jaden panicked and rushed downstairs to regroup with the others. Although the moment itself wasn't fully captured on camera, his reaction made it clear he had just witnessed something that genuinely frightened him. When the group later returned upstairs to check the area, they noticed the door was standing wide open. What made the moment even more unsettling was the fact that there was no open windows or no noticeable wind that could have caused the door to move. By this point, the explorers were becoming increasingly uneasy about everything happening inside the building. Still, they pushed forward with their investigation, but while walking through another room, they soon stumbled across something far more disturbing.
I just saw the door.
That door? Yeah, the dolls moved around in that room over there.
Yeah, swear to God, they're moving.
They're in different places than when we were just there.
Did you not bring them out?
I'm not touching that. It's moving around.
Oh my Dan. Oh my God. Why are you gonna go grab it?
Dan, look.
I'm not sitting there.
Yeah, you're getting big readings over here, Dan. I wonder why.
Dan. Oh. I still hear a woman talking.
Dan, those dolls are in a completely different place from when we last saw them. See how it's over by the wall now? It was over by the closet before.
You guys probably kicked it when you were looking in the door.
No, Dan.
I'm pretty sure I would have known if I kicked a doll.
There was no way I kicked it.
I mean, I'm gonna have to review the footage, but I'm pretty sure that doll was up there.
There's no way I kicked it 2 feet.
This is where we should do it.
Do you hear the woman? Do you hear the woman again?
Let's go grab.
But that door's moving though, so that's also a hot
Look,
spot.
the place is haunted.
When the explorers first entered the room earlier, a doll had been laying near the doorway, but when they returned, the doll had somehow moved several feet across the floor. None of the explorers remembered touching it, and the new position was far enough away that it couldn't easily be explained by accident. Something inside the building had moved it. After witnessing the doll's strange movement and hearing what sounded like a distant woman's voice echoing somewhere in the asylum, the group decided they had seen enough. The unsettling events of the night had pushed them far beyond their comfort level. Rather than risk staying any longer, the explorers ended their investigation and left the building. To this day, it remains unclear what exactly they experienced inside the abandoned Gundry Sanitarium. Was the movement of the doors and the doll caused by something paranormal? Or was someone secretly moving through the building, watching them from the shadows? The truth behind what happened that night may never be known, but the legend of the abandoned children's asylum in Baltimore continues to grow, leaving many to wonder what might still be lurking inside those forgotten halls. Whether it was something paranormal or simply someone hiding inside the asylum remains a mystery, but the next explorers wouldn't have to wonder whether someone else was watching them, because right before the night was over, they'd finally see him.
Something's following us up here. Somebody's here. There's got to be somebody here. What the hell was that? Oh my God, dude.
Bro, what is that? It sounds like the whole building's gonna come down.
This footage comes from a YouTuber named John. In this particular video, John and his friend Tim travel to an abandoned yacht factory in Knoxville, Tennessee. But this isn't just another empty structure. According to local rumors, the land beneath the factory was once used as a burial site, and over the years, the building has become linked to disappearances, unexplained deaths, and whispers of something darker. Despite its reputation, the two decide to explore it at night. Almost immediately, John notices something unsettling about the place. It's massive, far larger than anything he's explored before, and then they hear it.
Just as we're fixing to get into this, just again, a huge shout out to Michael. I keep hearing a banging sound.
Dude, something is banging.
Let's go check it out. I hear banging coming back here, Tim. Do you hear it?
I do hear that.
What is that?
Dude, that sounds like it's coming against that wall.
Let's walk over there and see what that is. I've never been in a place this big. I hear something behind us. What is that banging?
Dude, that is loud. What is that scream?
I just saw a light, dude. I just saw a light up there in the top.
Sounds like work going on.
I know, it sounds like somebody working. Hold still.
Looks like
Hello? Is there a way to get up there?
The deeper they go, the more obvious it becomes. They're not alone. At one point, John even spots a light flickering from the upper level. But when they call out, no one answers, and whatever is inside with them doesn't stop. In fact, it starts getting closer.
Holy cow. I'm gonna get out from right at the edge of that. What the?
sounds like something's coming this way.
It's getting closer.
Dude, that is getting closer. Sounds like it's about that time right there. It's going backwards now.
There's something up there. Oh my God, dude. I'm starting to... You okay? Oh, you're in water, dude.
Dude, what is that? Dude, get out from under here. I can't be in here anymore.
Yeah. Now it sounds like somebody walking.
How do we get up there?
That's what I'm wondering. You want to walk down?
Yeah, we can go down that way.
God, it sounds like people.
Keep an eye up there, bro, because I don't know if there's somebody walking up there messing with us.
I know. Let's walk on down. Dude, I see something leaning against it right there. Right there.
Oh,
I see that. Is that like a steps going up? I think somebody's made a homemade contraption. Yeah, it's a piece of metal they leaned up there.
Oh, that's so sketchy.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude, there's somebody here. If there's somebody here, we don't want no trouble. We're just filming.
Dude, what do we get into?
As they move through the factory, they discover something even more disturbing, a makeshift staircase, crudely built from scrap. Someone has been here, living here, or watching. As they approach it, another loud bang echoes through the building. Not random, not distant. It feels like a warning. Panicked, they call out again, trying to make it clear they mean no harm. Still, no response. So instead, they try to find another way up. But what they find next is far worse.
They're right above us.
They are. There's got to be more than one up there. Man, this is creepy, Tim. This is insane.
I'm almost freaked out by that hole right there.
I know. There's got to be somebody in here with us. There's just got to be. Oh, there's an elevator shaft over here. Let's go. I swear I thought I heard something right here. Dude, I just heard something walk right above us again.
Dude, it's been following us the whole way.
Something's following us up here. Somebody's here. There's got to be somebody here. Dude, I'm sketched out beyond. Okay, we made it a little bit farther. What the hell was that? Oh my God, dude.
Bro, what is that? It sounds like the whole building's gonna come down.
Let's go this way, man. Let's go this way. I'm getting really super sketched out. All right, guys. I don't have my piece on me. We're hearing stuff.
I can't believe you left that.
I know, man. I can't believe I left it either. Guys, we're going to get out of here. I think it's time to wrap it up. I don't know what kind of danger we're in. I'm pretty sure someone's here, and I do not know what their intentions are, nor do I want to find out what their intentions are. Dude, that come from over here.
What is that?
Holy shit, dude, get out of here. Oh, my God, dude.
On the other side.
Oh, God, dude, let's go, let's go, let's go.
By now, the realization has fully set in. Whatever is inside has been following them, tracking their movements, staying just out of sight. And then they finally see him, a man dressed entirely in black, standing in the shadows, watching them, not moving, not speaking, just staring. The two immediately turn around and run, escaping the factory as fast as they can. But what they didn't realize is that this was not the first time they had seen him.
I know. There's got to be somebody in here with us.
If you go back through the footage and look closely, you can actually see a figure, partially hidden behind one of the pillars, standing completely still, watching them, long before they ever noticed him. It's unclear whether this was a squatter, someone living inside the factory, or something else entirely. At first, whoever it was seemed to warn them, using noise, staying hidden. But when they didn't leave, he revealed himself. And that was enough. John and Tim made it out without being harmed. But one thing is certain, they didn't just explore an abandoned factory that night. They walked straight into someone else's territory.
And that wraps up this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so we can keep bringing you more creepy, bizarre, and haunting tales. Check out the links below to dive deeper. And if you have your own creepy encounter, tell us in the comments. We might feature it in a future video. Until next time, sleep tight.